call a meeting in order, 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, at meeting in the Wetlands Agency of the Town of Woodbridge. We have a fairly full agenda this evening, and we're going to move things around a little bit to accommodate folks here. So the first thing we'll deal with is 27 Beecher Road, an application to construct an apartment building on the site with some activity in the upland review area. Attorney Pellegrino, do you want to just come up to say, start up?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. For the record, Bernard Pellegrino, I'm an attorney with the Pellegrino Law Firm in New Haven. I represent the applicant, Derek Waskowitz, who's here with me this evening. I know you're just accepting the application. I'll just give you a brief 2-minute overview, and then you can assign it for hearing and referral. 27 Beecher Road, it's about a 6.2 acre site. The proposal is to build a multi-unit residential building on the site with associated parking. The wetlands have been delineated in the report by Alexandra Mock. The wetlands are located to the north and east of the proposed development site or development area. It's best, I guess, depicted for you on C2.1 of your sheet. Except for like one of the level spreaders, all of our activity is out of the 100-foot review area. So there's a very small piece of the activity, development activity, that is in the 100-foot review area, and that's an outlet level spreader for the drainage system. The soil scientist has also done an assessment for you. I think you have it already, that says that, in her opinion, there will be no adverse impact on the wetland as a result of the proposal. Our civil engineer couldn't be here this evening, generated an updated cheat sheet, just a summary of the activity as far as drainage and water quality yesterday. I don't know if you've received it. It's a November 18th letter?
No.
Okay.
I'll make copies and give to you because you're not going to read it.
Just a very brief summary, you know, as you prepare for your hearing, which may be helpful. He'll be here for whenever you set the hearing, but since he wasn't going to be here tonight, I thought I'd get that, just if not for your benefit, for mine, in case you threw me a curveball. I really think that's all I have, unless you have any specific questions for me.
Okay. No, that's probably sufficient for today. Just by way of background for everyone, I'll try to explain things. There are two, in the wetlands hearing context, there are two different types of meetings. One, a regular meeting, public meeting, and then there's public hearing. And under the wetland regulations, there are certain situations that trigger the public hearing context, such as, a petition by residents of the town, significant activity in a wetlands area, or just general public interest. The public hearing context is a much more formal process. It's something that is typically done in order to create a record with respect to an application in case there's an appeal. The big difference is it guarantees the right of the public to speak with respect to the issues raised in an application, whereas in a regular meeting context, that's not a guaranteed type of activity. The regulations provide that what we're doing tonight is receiving the application. After that, to the extent that we schedule a public hearing, it has to be done within the next 65 days. There's one other wrinkle that requires us to probably move to the public hearing context, although we'll discuss that among the members of the agency, and that's that 4 members of the current agency, their term expires next month. So therefore, come January, there may be different people who will be hearing this application. And in order to protect the integrity of a decision, anyone who makes has to decide make a decision on either granting or modifying or rejecting an application has to hear all the evidence. So therefore, we're going to discuss amongst ourselves whether, in front of you, of course, whether this type of application requires moving to a public hearing type context for those reasons, essentially. It'll guarantee the right of everyone to speak with respect to the issues. And again, we're just the wetlands folks. So when people do speak and raise their concerns, it has to be limited to wetlands. It can't be saying traffic is going to increase or something like that. But for the purposes of tonight, though, I just wanted to sort of give you the lay of the land, and then we'll talk to see what the consensus is of the members of the agency as far as how to handle this. My thought, in order to be sure that everyone who eventually makes a decision will be present and be reappointed, or new people be appointed, we moved the public hearing to January 19th. So it gets us out of the holidays, gets us to a solid board, and if we were to try to do it in December, it'd be middle of Hanukkah, and some people who hear the evidence then won't be available to make a decision later on. So I don't what's everybody's thoughts on this?
I would say yes. I agree completely.
So basically, we just need a finding that having a public hearing is necessitated by the public interest in the application, and that would be the justification for having a public hearing context, so.
So, Mr. Chairman, if you're satisfied that we see an increased presence in members of the public here tonight as a result of this application, perhaps you might canvass and ask to raise your hand, but we can be certain that we have sufficient, we have that critical mass of public interest that would drive us toward having a public hearing because of public interest. We should get some confirmation that these people are here for that, if that's what's driving the matter of public interest.
Well, okay, I mean, we'd show a hand, we assume most people are here for this. We rarely get this many people. Okay.
Thank you.
People out in the hall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So basically, we have a motion to schedule a public hearing on this matter for January 19th at a regular meeting on that date.
I second.
Nobody, Stephen moved.
I'll move
Okay.
for public hearing on that date,
So-
or to open a public
Okay,
hearing.
Josh seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions? Okay, so basically, the January 19th meeting probably, may not be here, it may be over in the center, just so that there's enough room for everybody who wants to speak. And then what'll happen is the applicant will present more formally their proposal, have their experts come. In the meantime, we'll send the application to our consultants so that we'll have some ability to comment on what they propose, and and we'll have everybody speak. There is the opportunity. The hearing could be continued for another 35 days after that, so it's not like everything will have to be done in that evening. But we're talking about a January to February window to make a decision on this. So.
I'm not sure that you can, because this isn't a significant activity.
Well, there's.
You have to, I think, but maybe Bernie, or we can check with town council. You may have to close it unless there's an extension of time from the applicant.
Well, I looked at the regs today, and it's significant activity, petition by the public, or public interest. So those are the three criteria for scheduling it. Are you talking about closing it once it's held, or?
Right, I can verify with town council, but I think because it's not a significant activity, that it has to be closed. You can have it, but it has to be closed within the original. Normally, you only have 65 days to hold to make a decision on an application that comes before
Right.
you. Unless you determine that it's a significant activity, in which case then you get that extra time frame to do stuff. But we can just verify that with town council.
Okay, all right. All right, so basically, folks, that's, January 19th, there'll be a public hearing on the matter, so.
And
You're
just
more than, I'm
For
sorry.
those of you that are here, there will be a hearing notice that's done on the town website. When you go to minutes and agendas, there's a listing for legal notices. You'll see it there. And what I need to do is confirm what room is available at the inn, because we want to have enough room so that we don't have people standing out in the hallway. So typically with the planning and zoning hearings that have been bigger lately, we've been either holding it in the auditorium or in the senior center of the center path. So it will be noticed in that legal notice. It will also be in the agenda, which will also be published online. You can always call me. My name is Chris Sullivan. I'm in the land use office. So you're welcome to give me a call and say, hey, where is it? When is it? And we'll let you know. Just so you also all know, all of the materials, except for what we just got tonight, are posted on the town website on the department page for the Inland Wetlands Commission. They each, the boards and commissions each, for whatever reason, have 2 pages, so it's on the department page. So you can go online and open up all the application materials that have been submitted. If you want to see it in person, you're more than welcome to come visit. I'm in the lower level of the town hall, and you can come see it there. Either way. Okay,
Okay.
that's all.
Hey, you're all welcome to stay as long as you want. We have got a number of other things going on this evening, but thank you.
Anybody bring a question to the board here?
Regarding this application, or,
Well, that's part of it, yeah.
well, that's what the public hearing is for, so that it's part of the record for, in case, you know, there's a chance or a likelihood that no matter what decision is made, it'll probably be appealed, so you're better off, you know, getting all that information in the public record, which will be part of the appeal at some point. So, but, I mean, do you have a procedural question, or do you have a substantive
Well, a
question?
couple things. One is, whenever there's a storm, everybody in the town gets called. If somebody is running for office, everybody gets called. Why, I'm suggesting this, why doesn't everyone in Woodbridge who's on that list get a call when there is a town meeting, period? Because people don't take part in this anymore. People come to Woodbridge for the school system, for the value of the land, and they don't really know what's going on. They really don't know. I happen to know, I'm coming here tonight, and I'm a geologist. I'm the guy, Woodbridge Country Club is standing because 45 years ago I glued it together with spit and glue. And I'm also an arbitrator, and I've done lots of arbitration. I was responsible for getting the K-33 ridiculous wood out of our playgrounds. And I'm wondering what the heck we're even talking about having apartment houses in
That's-
Woodbridge, because we're gonna need new fire departments. We're gonna need things that make
That's
us.
not
You're in the wrong
appropriate.
meeting.
That's what
Yeah.
needs to be in the public hearing
Yeah.
record.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm
if-
asking, is that going to be able to be presented, and are you gonna let us know?
Okay,
Not everybody jumps on their computer every day.
January 19th will be when the public hearing is held. And all that we don't know at this point is whether it'll be here, or whether it'll be in the center someplace, and that'll be published on the town website. And plus, there's publications in the paper if anybody reads the papers anymore. But that's what the statute requires, so that's what we have to do.
Okay,
Okay?
So
it's
the,
appreciated, thank you.
Yeah.
the town did add the step of including on its webpage a section now for legal ads. It's not where our official ones go, those still go in the newspaper. But there is a section under agendas for legal ads. So any board, commission, anything that's holding, any kind of legal notice is posted there.
Okay.
So you can just go to the town website and look.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you.
You're most
Thank you for your work and your time and everybody here, I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. Okay, then moving on, I think we'll deal with Mr. Forchetti for next. Okay, next time on the agenda then is 106 Seymour Road. show cause hearing continued with respect to the plantings that were required. I don't know, Chris and I went out there the other day. I mean, there is an area that was clearly not being mowed anymore, which was part of the issue before. There was a row of what looked like rows of Sharon that were planted along the area that's no longer mowed, and then there were plantings within the unmowed area. My opinion is that, an effort was being made to at least, even though it doesn't look like it's the full area that was supposed to be not mowed, that an effort is being made to try to accommodate the permit approval. Mr. Szynski, do you have comments?
So,
Sure, go ahead.
from me? Yeah, certainly. So I happened to see the conditions there, and I wondered if the planting plan had been adhered to. Had some other concerns that were on the record last month about the conditions out there and whether there's been some exceedances of the permit.
What conditions?
Christine, what did you see out there in terms of permit compliance? Have you formed an opinion as our enforcement officer on the conditions out there?
I went out with Bob, and as Bob said, we saw plantings that were out there. We identified, we thought it was rows of Sharon, and then it looked like some other types of evergreen type plants. You had questioned whether or not there was a turnaround area that might have extended into the area not to be cleared. I had asked if that could be determined, but we haven't had that determined. But again, looking at the site map tonight, I'm not convinced that that area extends into the area that wasn't to be cleared. But the clearest way to determine it would be for Mr. Garcia or someone to measure it and show it.
All right, couple
I'm
things.
not a surveyor, and I can't vouch for that.
Yeah, nobody asked that. Couple things. So I just, so did you take the planting plan out there and put the plan to the plantings? And did you form an opinion on
Bob and
whether?
I were both there.
Right, so what was the I'm asking, you're our enforcement officer, I don't know.
Aren't
who
you
to ask.
taking this a little too personal?
Yeah,
I think you're taking it a little bit too personal, this whole project. Coming out there, constantly taking pictures, videotaping.
Mr.
Don't you think
Chairman,
it's just a little too personal?
Mr. Chairman, did you,
I mean, it's over beyond what he did,
Yeah.
this gentleman.
Let's
Over
just,
beyond.
okay, when I went out there, the turnaround, for instance.
how about, let's take it like Roman numeral number 1, Roman numeral number 2. Let's talk about plantings first, and then I guess we can talk about a turnaround.
There probably were a few plantings that weren't done that were shown on the plan. The area that is no longer mowed had quite a few things growing in there that I'm not sure what they were because there were no leaves left on them at this point. I'm of the opinion that between the unmowed area when the plantings was a sufficient barrier to add protection to the wetland, that pond that was down below, or that wetland area that was down below. I don't know. In my mind, it seems like it's sufficient for purposes. It's not as much as shown on the plan, but sufficient for purposes of what we were trying to achieve there.
Well, so do plans mean anything? Do permits mean anything?
Well, yeah, they do, but I think field conditions also come into play to some degree.
That was a tough lot.
And
It's a very hard lot.
And I think that if the area is not mowed, that is currently not mowed, it's sufficient given the conditions of the site and the slope there. I kind of think in retrospect, the area that we had as a planting plan probably exceeded what was needed to provide the protection. But I understand what you're saying, plans are plans, permits are permits, but,
And I think we set a dangerous precedent to sit here and say, you know, it looks okay, it's not really what the plan shows, and.
It's, it's on private
So
property.
I'm not sure that we should be satisfied with that. I think that,
You gotta be kidding me.
I think plans mean what they say.
Listen, there's something wrong
And I
with
think
this
that
guy.
we should be
All right.
able to rely on the plans, and I don't want to challenge you, but what the points you made are points that were made before the permits were issued, what the conditions were out there, what was necessary to protect the resource. That's all, that's done. We're at the planting plan stage, and I think we need to be firm in our adherence to that. That's what we decided.
I
So,
don't know, I kind of think that what's there is sufficient, and maybe what we should do is just have everybody else go out there over the next, between now and the next meeting, just to see if,
It's somebody's
warrants-
backyard. It's somebody's backyard. He wants his dog to run on his backyard.
well.
He doesn't want the
well,
plants.
No, he has a point, though, if something's agreed to and it's part of a permit, then it's supposed to be followed, but by the same token, after
There
the
were
fact.
nothing but
field-
weeds there. There were no trees. And we brought the grade up. It wasn't like it's,
I-
and it's our property. It's 3 acres. You have 200 feet, by another property line.
I understand your point too, and.
I mean, this man was videotaping my son while he's in the well, cleaning out head to toe in mud. He's videotaping him, embarrassing him.
All right, okay.
I mean, what he did was wrong. Coming on the property over and over and over, walking on the property like he owns the, it's wrong. Exceeding over and
Well,
beyond.
he was trying to.
He should be
determine-
doing what he does.
Okay, well, he was trying to determine whether the plan was followed, but.
just a
so-
moment, I would like to say something. That's not the first time you have said I was on your property.
You're always on the property. Take
I've
pictures.
never been on your property.
Well,
If you don't have film of that,
First of all,
I wouldn't make that.
Really, I
allegation.
do,
Okay,
I do,
all
I
right,
do
all
have
right,
film of
John,
that.
let's
I do
just-
have film of that.
let's-
How's
okay,
that? I
then
do
you
have film
should-
of that.
all right.
And that road that go up and down is a private road. It's not your road to drive on.
Well,
It's not a public road.
When you say on your property, you're kind of suggesting that someone.
You are
that
out of your
someone was-
mind.
Okay,
Would you let
okay,
me say
all right,
something?
gentlemen, okay.
You're wrong.
Let's just stop.
So, Mr. Chairman.
It's private
I
property.
want- If you
Mr.
could
Forte,
quiet
just-
the witness down for a moment. So again, I never stepped foot on his
I have
property.
video, I'll show
All
you.
of my photographs were taken from the street.
That's not a street that you're on.
And to get, so putting that aside, which I think is irrelevant, so let's talk about the plant, let's continue to talk about the plantings. I don't know if the plantings are according to the plan too. They look immature. I don't know if they've even survived the time that they've been in the ground now.
Well, no, they look like they survived because there were some leaves on them, but, we're now in the fall, so the leaves are falling off. If Mr. Forte, if you don't have a problem with it, what I would suggest
Not at
is
all, not
maybe,
And
others,
the $2,500 bond, you guys could donate it to whoever you want to. I only want it back.
if
Donate to any cause you want to your food.
If you folks want to, sometime in the next month, just go by there, take a look you can look from well, it is a private driveway, but you don't have to go up toward the house, you could just drive up the driveway. Just take a look to see whether you think, notwithstanding the fact it may not specifically apply to the plan, and we'll get you a copy of this, whether it's sufficient at this point, and we could amend the approval to show current conditions as sufficient. So we just need to bring this to an end at this point. Rather
So,
than,
Mr. Chairman, I think it would be best if our record were complete and we had a as-built for the planting plan that would assist us in what we're looking for when we go out there. So it's going to be difficult for us to see what is going on there from the road. I mean, as I said, I've been on the road and I've taken pictures, and it can be difficult to get farmed. So
Mr.
we
Forte,
should have something that we're working with.
Is it okay for the other members to go
I
up
will
the
notify
driveway?
the new homeowner and I'll notify him, but it wouldn't be a
Yeah,
problem.
well, not going into,
No, it wouldn't be a
up the
problem.
main road.
He's a real
into-
nice guy. He wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay, yeah, we did talk to the dog walker while we were there,
Yeah,
so
that'd be
we
good.
let them know, so. But yeah, if you could, you don't have to go into the specific driveway up to their garage, but you could just see enough of it from the main access easement that goes up the side of the property. And then we'll just try to close this out next month, because we gotta end some of these things, so. although this is the only thing that's really lingering from month to month. Yeah, good.
How different is what's been planted from what the plan requires?
We have no idea.
I'm asking.
That's why I
Yeah,
asked for
well-
an as-built.
Well,
Is
there's,
it very different?
there's an entire row of probably Rosa Sharon by the looks of the
Yeah.
bushes. And then there's a variety of other plantings
Okay.
within the unmowed area. The whole purpose of this was to have it grow back to natural state.
Right.
And it's growing back.
So
I
what is
just
the
don't,
difference between the plan and what is actually
yeah,
there?
it's hard.
A lot, really?
A fair amount different than as far as where the plantings are, because I would estimate the
Okay.
plantings are down in this area here, and then all this is overgrown at this point, and then there's various things in the overgrown area.
Okay, so the point was to prevent erosion and have it slow down the
Well,
water.
and provide protection to the downhill wetlands,
Downhill,
yeah.
yeah. Well, that's what you do when
Yeah.
you plant stuff.
All right,
Okay.
well,
I
So
have
it's-
I have a question too.
Sure.
Were the plantings done this week? When were they done?
no, a while ago.
Three, 4 a month ago?
Okay, so were they planted early enough that they would survive the winter?
Like I said, they still had remnants of leaves on them, even though everything else had lost the leaves.
Okay, so there are plants there, they're not where the plan called for, but the slope itself seems relatively stable.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
And stuff is growing.
Yeah, there's a whole area that's been left to grow out. All right.
Which it will. Plato and Socrates.
Um, So, you know, if people have a chance to go out there in the next month, just to take a look. And we'll then, Mr. Forchetti, if you can, you know, let us know what was planted there, that would be helpful also, based on what you had put in there, just so we know what the variation was from the original permit provisions.
Well, we want plants, and the homeowner didn't want plants in the back of the house.
Yes, yes.
So we pushed them all on the edge. He had his dog running around, he wanted the backyard, he didn't want it to, any plants from his backyard.
Well, I think we're more concerned with the stuff that's
On the
to
slope.
on the slope
slope.
near the driveway, so. Yes, Steve?
So, Mr. Chairman, related to this issue of planting, there was also some concern that the limit of disturbance, the line that we're chasing here, we need some certainty that that is where it's supposed to be. So if we could get some certification from the engineer that that's staked out and that line is adhered to, because right now we have stakes in the ground and we have no idea who put them there, whether they conform with the plan, forget the planting plan, but the plan itself. So that's yet another matter, and then please let us revisit the final matter, and that's the matter of whether the driveway was built beyond the contours of the permitted driveway.
Yeah, you know, when I looked at the driveway though, the back out area didn't look as big as shown on the plan, to be honest with you. It looked a little bit smaller, not extending all the way back to the house, but,
The turnaround is to have a safe
right, yeah,
exit
to get
entrance,
out, yeah.
getting out of it, because it's a slope.
Yeah, and
Big incline.
it's fairly clear that the clearing limit wasn't specifically followed, but that's where things are growing back now. So that was clearly breached, basically, so.
So, you know, I would move
Can't
that
you
we
give
have
up?
wetland markers installed on that line, wherever the line is, according to the plan. So we should have wetland markers there, as we have with other properties, just to make sure that we don't have exceedances down the road, even from another homeowner.
Well, the wetland markers are pretty far down the driveway area. Up in this area, there really aren't any wetlands except for in the way back of the house.
No, I mean, we should have a line, we should have some indication that that planting line is the limit of disturbance. I don't know whether that's in the form of our wetland
Well,
badging or not.
It's clear that there's more mowed area than was shown on the original clearing line. That's clear. It's just, that's why I'd rather have people go out there and just determine whether what they have there now is sufficient. even though it doesn't comply with what the original permit was. I mean, that, it's clear that more was cleared than is shown on this clearing line, but, you know, that's done, and so we just have to see whether people think that that's sufficient, so. And we can-
I was actually making a different point, and that is
Okay.
whether whether the stakes that are currently at the property
Mhm.
are located, according to the plan, at the limit of disturbance, so
No,
that,
I can tell you, they're not.
okay.
They're further down the.
And that's
the
my
slope, so-
supposition too, from looking at the
Yeah,
plan. So that's
yeah.
it, that's
Well,
it.
that's
So we
why I
have-
want people to go out there and just say, well, it isn't what was permitted, wasn't what was on the plan, but it works. And if that's the conclusion, then we can close this thing up. Otherwise, you know, we have the bond and we could, you know, talk to the current owner and work out something with the current owner.
So that was, so issue number 1 was the plantings, issue number 2 was the limit of disturbance, and issue number 3 was the driveway that exceeds the original plan. And,
I'm not so sure that that's the case, but yeah.
well, I have the original plan, and I don't, the driveway is straight. It shows no
Can you
turnaround.
believe this guy?
All right.
So
You are ridiculous!
Okay, all right.
Shut up!
Okay, please.
He's getting on my nerves from
Okay,
day one.
okay.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, stop. Okay.
No, it's annoying. You don't shut up. Nobody's going home.
Okay, all right. You have to stop that.
This guy has a personal problem.
Well,
All right,
we're gonna go out there, we're gonna take a look.
I built
We're gonna
a
see if we can
beautiful
resolve
home.
This thing.
On a terrible lot, and it looks beautiful and fantastic. They love it. They're gonna be paying a ton of money in taxes, and he doesn't shut up.
Okay, all right. He has a right to speak. You have a right to speak.
Don't you think it's
But we
a
have to,
little
we have
beyond?
to, we have to,
All right. Okay.
just control yourself, please.
All right.
All right, so let's go out there. We'll try to wrap this up next month because it's gone on long enough, so, okay?
Okay.
And, you know, thank you for
I
coming in.
apologize.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, getting on to other things. 100, we have a bunch of stuff on Fitzgerald property. Elijah Mooring, 100 Center Road, want to come up for the application to build a raised walkway on a portion of Fitzgerald Blue Trail, access from Ranch Road. I'll just sort of describe what you want to do.
How we doing today? I'm Elijah Mooring. I go to school in New Haven, but I'm in Troop 907 in Woodbridge. We meet right over there, 5 Meeting House Lane. So basically what I'm trying to do, this is for my Eagle Scout project. So basically what I want to do is a raised walkway. So you guys should have these in your packets, right? So basically my project is to build a raised walkway out of pressure treated cedar, 2x10 planks with support blocks under 4x4 support blocks, located on the Fitzgerald Blue Trail across from Ranch Road. There's an access point on Ranch Road. We'll be using Ranch Road to transport most of the materials, and all of it will be built and will be built on the trail, right on the trail. You can see exactly where I circled it in Sharpie for you guys, so you guys can see. You guys should have these. There's like
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so you can see where the access point is, right? Where it says TH, that's the access point off of Ranch Road. And then if you walk up and you look over, I said project area, that's the project area. It's 2 different sections. So the first section is 30 feet long, and then the second section is 20 feet long, which comes up to 50 feet. If there's any more questions, I'll be very happy to answer any for you.
Okay. What are the soil conditions like there? Is there a stream or a crossing or anything there? Or is there a dilapidated boardwalk or what?
So there's nothing on the first section, but on the second section there is like a remnants of a walkway. So I was gonna replace that walkway with a new walkway, and then the first section, when it rains, it gets very muddy and marshy, and it's virtually unwalkable. So I was gonna put a raised walkway there too, for 30 feet, and there's a little space in between, and then there's the second section, which I'm gonna replace the other raised walkway, and remove the rocks and put in my new raised walkway.
Okay.
You gonna remove the debris from the former?
Yeah, I'm gonna remove the rocks from in the middle of the trail and put them on the side, and then put the walkway right there where the other one was.
These trails are gonna be busy this spring,
Yes, sir.
or this winter, I guess.
When Elijah was here and submitted the application, we did look online at our infamous wetland overlay thing. And it doesn't appear that where the trail is necessarily in a wetland, although, take that online map with a huge grain of salt.
Yeah.
So he's here basically because in looking at it, at best we determined it was in your 100-foot review area. I haven't honestly walked that part of the trail, but, he's here.
So is it something we can delegate then, you think, if it's not technically in a wetlands?
I would think so. From every description that he's given and from pictures that he did show me, it didn't look, that area is kind of rocky, but it's not it doesn't look like a wetland. So if you're comfortable, it's up to
I
you.
have 3 different applications, all titled 100 Center. Are they all the same project?
No,
They're all different.
Okay, thank you for that.
this
That's why
one-
I said it's
This one
gonna
is
be-
new.
Yeah.
So you had 2 that are under old business. One is for doing stream banks and another one is for more boardwalks.
Right.
So this is a different boardwalk. Big trail.
Right. So I'm good.
Listen, basically we have 4x4s bringing up the planks, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be the 2x10
And
planks.
it's
Yeah.
relatively level,
Yeah, it's gonna be level.
gentle slope.
Yeah, it's gonna be very level.
Is,
Yeah.
Mr. Mooring, this is a image from another application. Is this what you're proposing as your structure?
That was a reference picture, but yes, that's essentially what it will look like. It's instead of four planks wide, it'll most likely be 2 planks wide because my trail is a lot narrower than that one, and that looks like I believe that's a 4x8 under. Mine's gonna be a 4x4.
Thank you.
No problem.
So where are the planks, 2x6s, is that?
No, the planks are gonna be longer. So my planks are gonna be 2x10. So mine's gonna be
Oh, 2x10.
2
okay.
inches thick, 10 inches long. 10, yeah.
Wide, yeah. 10 inches wide.
Yeah, 2x10, and then it's gonna be long. 2x10x10.
Question, when you attach the planks on top to the joist below, you're gonna use these 6-inch screws.
Yeah, like deck screws to.
Do you plan to pre-drill?
Um,
Because if you try to drive the screws straight through, you'll eventually split the 2-bys, the joist.
yeah, I will most likely be pre-drilling most of my stuff.
That's the engineer's advice.
Thank you.
I just want it to stay together.
Thank you.
All right, so Chris, we could delegate this to you so you can just issue a permit and,
That's your
go out there and
inclination, certainly.
take a walk, so.
I can go for a walk.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the consensus or?
Yeah, do
I
we,
concur.
Yeah.
do we need a motion to waive the permit charges?
Yeah,
Yes.
we do, yeah.
We could put that all together.
So, why don't we waive the permit, the application charges first?
Also move.
Jack moved, Dave seconded, all in favor? Aye, opposed, okay. Then do we have a motion to delegate this to Chris so she can issue a permit based on soil, situation, whatever the situation is down there?
So,
Steve moved, all,
I'll second.
Dave seconded, all in favor? Aye,
Aye.
opposed, abstentions, okay. So basically what this means is that rather than have to wait for next month for you to come back and us do the same thing, we delegated to Chris the authority to issue a permit because there's no activity in wetlands specifically. So we can do that. So you just work it out with Chris and she'll get you a permit to start.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck.
All these equal projects.
Pardon me? All right. Next item on the agenda, going on to old business now. 20 Blue Trail Drive, application for 3-lot subdivision with open space. Mr. Shepherd. You can drag another chair up there if you want.
Don't get too comfortable, then you'll stay long.
There you go. Good afternoon, good night. Alan Shepard, professional engineer, partner in the firm of Noakowski, being John Kane, 415 However, and I'm here with the owner of the property, Justin Perone, which is also, he's a Woodbridge resident, so. Oh, Wallingford, okay, sorry. But, grew up here, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got it now. The Blue Trail extension of the property, there's 33 acres out there. We're gonna give half about to open space. We picked out, of the 30 acres, we picked out 3 building sites that look flat and workable. The grades to get to those building sites are easy to manage. You know, we have one stream crossing. It's about 2,500. It's 750 square foot, but it's not much of a brook. It's a little, you step over it, right? It's dry most of the time. And then we have the detention area where we have, there was already a farm crossing there. So we're building that up a little bit. You have the health department review, we got approval from the health department. We have no issues with the engineering report, the conditions in there. We would ask for the bonds to be set for the individual lots, because this isn't a project where we have a road or anything like that, a combined thing. So we'd ask for individual bonds for the lots. And the detention area, we want to put that full responsibility on lot number 2, because that's the biggest lot. It's on that lot. You don't need a big equipment to do this little detention area, right? It'd be easy to maintain and easily supervise, so we put that on that one lot. And we think that they're suitable building lots. And actually, they're kind of gorgeous in a rough kind of way, but we picked out the nice spots of the land.
Yeah, I didn't get out there for a site visit. Stephen, you were there though.
I did.
What are your comments and thoughts?
On the project?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very, I am complimentary of the proposed development. I thought it shows a responsible development of the piece. Certainly the town appreciates the grant of the balance of the property. So yeah, I'm looking approvingly at the project. I do have a couple of comments, but so my thoughts from the site inspection were generally upbeat.
Good. What are your comments though on?
Thank you for asking. So I want to commend you for producing prudent and feasible alternative to the drainage situation there. My recommendation would be to not develop that detention basin. Would be to treat the stormwater at each of the properties there, which I think is more harmonious with the hydrogeology in the neighborhood and at each site. I don't think that added soil disturbance for that detention basin, given the property's contours and the way you've artfully designed it, require a detention basin. So that's, and I would also request that any approval from the commission reflect Mr. Preddy's comments that are number 1 in each of his section points there, which relate to adding notes to the plans that reflect notifying the commission of changes and other disturbances that would require some action by the owner. So that is all.
Okay, and we typically also require comes back when formal development of a lot of the proposal is done. as far as bond goes, Chris, don't we usually have like Alan prepare a number based on what's going in there and then we review it?
And then Mr. Preety reviews
We
it.
review it, yeah, so if you can come up with a number, I mean, getting rid of the detention basin will require some changes, one in your plan.
Right, and when we're dealing with, and I explain it like this, when we're dealing with 30 acres and we only got 3 lots, I'm trying to put a little carburetor on the, you know, tweak a little carburetor. I would rather do it individual lots, and we can put the stormwater management on the individual lots. We can set a bond for each of the lots, because it would be the property owner's responsibility to meet it. So we come up with a bond amount, and for the soil erosion control. And then we can apply that to each individual lots.
Mhm.
It's cleaner.
Yeah, okay, I think that works, right? What about timing on this, you know, as far as approval goes? I think we're out of time, we need an extension?
You would need an extension,
Yeah.
so if you were gonna revise the plans to delete the retention basin, you could give us an extension of time, and then that way they could formally act on the plans that reflect that.
The client's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a problem, whatever you guys think is best.
Okay.
So we'll give you a verbal approval tonight and written.
Yeah,
we'll
just
drop it off written.
send an email, yeah.
No, send an email.
Yeah.
And then if you're gonna revise the plans, if you could look at Mr. Preety's comments, and if he's got anything that he's asking you to amend or add, if you could do that at the same time, then it's
Yeah, we'll
one
have a
less thing
final
we
set
have
that
to
we can look at.
reference to.
Okay. I don't, anybody else have any other comments or questions?
No.
Okay, well, next month should be easy.
Thank you.
We appreciate the board's consideration.
I got one question.
Yeah.
Is every resident supposed to be notified?
I'm sorry?
Every resident is supposed to be notified that borders the properties.
Typically, the
But
notices,
they're supposed- are they
the
supposed to be
abutters.
not- The question is, because I'm one of the residents that borders on the property, and the only reason I knew about this thing is because of Beecher Road.
Pete, right? Pete? I definitely mailed Pete. I don't know if he did.
we have certified mail notices.
We do have a list of the abutters on your application. May I give this to you? Would you see?
No,
if you find
I'm,
it?
that, let's look at the list that they sent
The
to, that
question
was
was,
certified
you
by
know,
the post office.
Oh, if it would differ from this, yes.
Well, that's what got mailed, so that's what you wanna look at. Hang on a second.
Because my experience is from New York State.
What is your name, sir? What is your name?
Certified
Your name?
What's your address?
Peter Weeks,
Weeks.
14 Diana Drive.
You're the first one on here.
But that doesn't mean I got a letter.
It means that they brought something to the post office and mailed it, and the
How's it
post
going?
office stamped that you were mailed something.
Okay.
And how
So
it
you got
got lost.
certification
Yes.
showing that.
So that's in the file.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Because otherwise I never would known about it until besides the red flags.
Yeah, we talked.
Okay, anything else? Okay, then we'll, if you revise the plans, we'll deal with it and close it out next month.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
guys. All right, on to Boy Scouts.
Okay. Tim's not here, right?
Yeah, I see the
Oh,
back.
there he is, okay, yeah, sorry.
He looks like an old Boy Scout.
All right, Mr. Austin,
You nailed it.
another Fitzgerald property project.
Yes. It's a big property.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the center of town. It's very important to a lot of people, and we're trying to make it a little more walkable by maintaining those
Commend all
trails.
your efforts, you know,
And so-
collective group.
I'd like to just take a moment and thank Elijah and Carter for taking their Eagle Scout projects on behalf of something that will help all the residents of Woodbridge.
Yeah,
So they're doing
Thank you
good
for
stuff.
mentioning that.
Yeah. So Elijah covered some of the technical on the boardwalks. Our designs are a bit different. I will mention just for clarity, because even the previous application mentioned the Blue Trail. Blue Trail goes, almost circumnavigates the whole town. It's really, we refer to it as a Woodbridge Greenway, which is registered with the state. And that's what, the trails that are blue, for the most part, comprise the Woodbridge Greenway. And so we're each working on different sections of it. Section in this application is leading up to Beecher Road. I think I included a second map that had lots of blue on it, so I assume, unlike Elijah's piece, it actually really is near wetland. It is seasonally very wet. Lately, it's not been wet. We've been dry, and when I went out there to rethink about where the boardwalks would be, I couldn't tell because it wasn't wet. So, but we know it's in a section, and then we'll deploy, as I said in the application, I guess 150 feet, my recollection. 250 feet, excuse me. And to address Mr. Goldberg's comment, we will probably be drilling on site. We use self-tapping screws, and those seem not to result in split wood.
As long as you have a pilot hole, you're fine.
Yeah, and the self-tapping does that for
Self-tapping
us.
screw.
So,
Like you have battery-powered drills,
battery-powered drills, yeah,
you'll be okay.
yeah. They have to be the high-voltage ones.
20-volt drills will do.
Yeah. And the one I bought at home that wasn't honey, I had trouble with it. Had to buy another one. What else can I answer about the application?
So the design will be similar to what the other guys are doing already?
Yeah, I mean, we're using different lengths of wood. I mean, that's I think the example Mr. Sosensky held up.
That's what we saw, yeah.
To be transparent on this, these are 4x4s, and underneath, out of sight, there are usually three, sometimes two 4x4s underneath, in between the two end ones.
So that'll allow water flows.
That allows water flow.
And stability
Because they're
for them.
spaced, and it prevents the sagging, the bouncing of the wood.
Now, you have great experience on the Conservation Commission. You understand about soil and sedimentation controls and erosion. And will you be present during any of this construction at all, or?
For this project I'm
Yes.
presenting to you, yes, I will.
Thank you. So yeah, just use your vast knowledge of S&E controls and when during the course of your construction.
Yeah.
And, I'm comfortable with the project.
Yeah, I think it's fine too. Anybody else have any comments? All right,
Delegate.
do we have a motion to approve Mr. Austin's project?
Do we also need to,
Oh, yeah,
fees?
that's right, yeah, we should waive the fees.
Maybe
All right.
that's fine.
Do we have do we have a motion to waive the fees for this application?
Yeah.
Jack moved,
I'll second.
Stephen second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions, okay. Now, as far as approving the application, we have a motion to approve Mr. Austin's application. Dave moved, we have a second?
And Ray? Rennie?
Am I voting?
No, oh, no, yeah.
Oh, she's not for, so we're the
Yeah.
quorum, okay.
Yeah,
I will move.
okay. Well, Dave moved, you seconded.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so you're all set, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see some of you again. It's been a while.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you. All right, moving right along. Carter, you're up. Another Fitzgerald property project.
I emailed you,
Sure, yeah,
Please.
definitely, yeah.
Did you want to use it? Yeah, there's one right there if you need it. Yeah. Or that's fine. That's fine. Cheers, good.
All right, so we heard from you last month, this is a lot more detail I see here.
I sent over a digital copy of this, but I also printed out copies for everyone. Does everyone have this, or do you guys need it? It has like, it's just all that stuff on the easel, just print it out.
I did not
If you have
print a
copies,
copy.
yeah.
Can I have one, right? Well, I did look at them, but this is might be a single copy.
Oh yeah, do you guys?
Yeah, if you give a few.
Yeah, I'll grab one. Yeah.
And if I can have one for the file, that would be nice. Because you said you were bringing them, so I didn't spend time copying.
You may keep it. Thank you.
Thank you. Got lots of lessons. I see the 5 to 6 tons.
You sent this online, right?
Yes, I did.
I gave you.
7.4
Thank you.
megabytes.
Okay.
Look at it.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about this? And we talked about it a little bit last month, so is there anything you want to add as far as what?
Yeah, so like after that that last meeting, I went over and I took like more pictures of the area, and I measured it all out, and the area is roughly the area of erosion is roughly 14 feet by 5 feet, 5 feet from like the bottom of the riverbank to the edge of the trail, and the trail is about 2 feet like from the bottom to the top, and then it's about 14 feet long. And I did the math on it. It's about 5 to 6 tons of riprap that I'll need to bring in, which is like 5-inch to 12-inch like stones. And as well as the new footings on the bridge, I was planning on making a wooden mold and then using 5,000 psi high release strength concrete to fill that in to create a solid and sustainable footing for the bridge, which also has erosion underneath it.
Yeah, your picture showed
Yeah.
that. All right. A lot more detail now that we have it, so
Yeah, that's good.
thank you for your efforts and 5 or 6 tons of stone.
I was gonna say, how are you gonna get the 5 to 6 tons of stone in there, one by one, or you?
That's an important question.
Lots of volunteers. He's the leader. He's not schlepping.
Wheelbarrows and scouts.
Uh-huh. Okay, all right. Sounds fine to me. We have all the detail we were looking for last time, so.
Yeah, Mr. Orzel? Is that, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
So, picture of riprap. What is this depicted? What's this a picture of? Current conditions out there, or an example of the stone you intend to use?
That's just like an example I found on Google.
Of the stone you intend to use?
Yeah, just like similar design, similar stone.
So, may I continue?
Yeah, sure.
Who will be working? Your father's a landscaper, am I
Yes.
remembering correctly?
Yes.
And will he or somebody else be working with you and the other scouts in this construction project?
He'll be like supervising and making sure we're not like messing anything up.
Okay. Have you, has the Park Association asked to be present for any of it, or have they made you aware that they are going to be checking in, or?
This is town property, I believe.
It's the town property. Okay. So I guess I just want to make sure that there's going to be some supervision from someone who has some general knowledge of building practices and soil erosion and if this were delegated, of course, our enforcement officer would be out there.
He can't be delegated to me because it's directly in the stream.
Right. Yeah, we have
Okay,
that
so,
conversation. Well, Chris
I
can
mean, I
still
can go out
supervise.
and look
Yeah,
at
Chris-
it.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
mean,
an
in
issue.
an enforcement mode, let's say, to see
Or
what's
we could have
happening.
Elijah supervise Carter and Carter supervise Elijah.
And Tim can
And
supervise.
they'll report to me.
And Tim will do everything else. But you know, I mean, Chris, you know, just let Chris know when you're about to start, and then she can, you know, when she's out there walking around on other
You're not gonna
things.
do it in a day with that much material, but I know you have a time frame to get this done.
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna try and get it started the weekend after Thanksgiving, because
Yeah.
my 18th birthday is on January 10th.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
in a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah, no, I
So, as
understand.
soon as you start it, let me know.
Okay.
And then maybe someday after school, we can just kind of, walk me in, and so I don't get lost.
Okay.
Good,
So I think that's sufficient
yes.
supervision, so. So do we have a motion to approve Carter's
You
application?
gotta waive his fee.
Oh, that's right, okay, first,
Keep
we
on
have a
forgetting
motion to
that.
waive his fee, giving away all the money to him. So Jack moved, we have second, Dave seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Now a motion to approve the application with Chris supervising or checking periodically. So, Jack moved, you have a second?
Josh?
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Again.
Dave seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions, you're all set. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Have
When you
fun.
put in the footings, there's no such thing as going too deep. Go deep. Otherwise, you have to worry about frost.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you for your efforts. Okay. Wow, where am I? All right, so any correspondence, Chris, that we need to deal with?
No, everything that came was in your packets.
Okay.
And we
Yeah,
have a
there's
thing from QVHD, and that was
Yeah.
pretty much the only thing we had.
Enforcement officer,
So I
Issues.
was out today, work has started on the subdivision down next to the Parkway, 10 and 14 Merritt. You may remember that that was a
Long
permit that
time
you
ago.
issued many years ago. All the erosion controls are in. They had a chip on site, and so they backed up the silt fence with chips, and they're actually going to, the plan showed there's a detention basin and then an overflow swale that goes towards the parkway. They're actually going to try to pull the detention basin closer towards the houses and further away from the river itself. So I didn't think that that was an issue doing that. And the bond was posted. Your bond was a $20,000 cash bond, and that was given along with the other bonds that were required from town plan and zoning. So bonds are in place. Went out and looked at it, looked good. So best I can tell you.
okay. Nothing else going on that we have to worry about?
Shh.
I know.
Not yet.
Okay. Let me see, we have minutes to deal with, no site visits scheduled unless, you know, except please stop by Frashetti's at some point in time in next month, just to see what you
And
think.
you
so.
did have the schedule of meeting dates. Josh had mentioned, but I'm confused, that the September date was Rosh Hashanah. But when I look up at, unless it takes more days, because I know some holidays overlap onto other things.
It's a 2-dayer.
Yeah, but I'm showing it starting on Sunday, I think. Give me a second, I had it up. So, I mean, you don't have to act on this tonight, we can act on it but I'm showing it starting on the 12th, I guess. Holiday starts at sundown the day before, so I'm not
They look up, maybe they got it wrong.
yeah, so if you just want to double check that.
Sure.
Because I'm not,
I have it September 11th to September 13th,
yeah, that's what I'm showing.
2026.
I probably looked up the wrong year, knowing
You
me.
might have. So,
Oh, and you don't have to move the July date, to accommodate me being in Portugal, so anyway.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Because you're the main, even if you're an invitee, you're a main
Yeah.
food provider.
Oh,
Right, you can't get out of that.
Okay,
Is that what this is all about?
Whatever you guys want to do, that's fine.
Tired of making chicken cutlets?
No, I don't mind at all. So, okay, all right, that's fine, we'll leave that there.
Okay,
So,
we'll do that. Okay, so if that's fine with you guys, we can, I'll file this, and that's that.
But isn't that July date?
It shouldn't, it should be the 22nd, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
okay,
gonna say,
yeah.
give 4 weeks,
Yeah.
the 15th.
It's the day after my daughter's birthday. Oh,
Okay.
all right,
Anything else before minutes?
just minutes.
Okay. All right, and we don't have Jean, so.
No.
Without Ginger, I got a few, but I'll just give it to you.
Oh, you're so good.
She always gets everything, but
So we can make it subject to corrections
Yes.
by Henri.
So basically you have all the corrections? Good.
Yeah,
probably not, but I have 4.
She has some.
Yeah, that's,
I made little X's on the side, so you
Yeah,
can
I
easily
saw that.
find them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
that sounds good to me. Do we want to approve the minutes? Steve, do you have other things or?
No, I just wanted to,
No, yeah, I let some people know.
if I wanted to say something here.
Yeah, no, don't say anything.
Okay.
All right, so, do we have a motion to approve the minutes with Henri's suggestions, corrections? Jack moved. Josh seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, okay. Now, site visit minutes, which were nice and brief. I wasn't there, so I don't know if it's correct, so.
I was not either.
It appeared correct.
It
It appeared correct.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve the site visit?
So moved?
Stephen moved. Jack seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions, okay, that's done. Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I will let you guys know where the hearing's gonna be, and just go from there.
Yeah.
And I'll send it off to Preety, and I'll send it off to Martin Grogy,
Okay,
and,
let's go from there.
go from there, and I'll ask that they come to the hearing.
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah. And the other thing, that I talked to a couple people about, I mentioned in my email today, is that I think for next meeting, I'll send around the Fairfield type of application form for comment and their fee schedule, because I need, the fee schedule, we have to have a hearing, and it has to, because it's part of the regulations, we have to amend the regulations. The application form, however, can just be worked on next month, and we can approve a form if we can agree on what we want to have in it. So that doesn't need a public hearing. So just something, I'll get what I can out, because I'll see if I can convince somebody in my office to convert it to a Word document, so.
If you can't, I can.
Okay. Yeah, it's a PDF, because they don't want anybody stealing it. Sometimes that's Adobe Acrobat.
Adobe,
Yeah.
Adobe Pro.
Adobe Pro, okay, we'll figure it out, but anyway.
Does a pretty good job,
Okay, all right, then we'll see what we can do rather than have to have Chris do it.
unless there's a lot of tables or something.
Yeah, no, just a bunch of lines and stuff like that, so.
Should do it just fine.
Because
Okay.
we're working with an application form that was here when I came, which must have been here when you came.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Back
very
back in '93, it was
sparse.
exactly the same, so it's antique.
So it's due to be updated.
Yeah, so. Anyway, so that's all I have. Anybody else have anything else we need to talk about?
Nope, thank you. Good job, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you then. We will, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Okay, a second?
I'll second.
Dave seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions? Looks like 8:40,
8:39.
39? Okay, 8:39, we're done. Thank you.